Lord of Mysteries is a dark fantasy anime where magic, secret societies, and ancient rituals collide. The story begins with Joe Mingrui, who suddenly wakes up in a new world. Joe Mingrui finds himself transmigrated into a strange world, awakening in the body of Klein Moretti with a healing bullet wound in his head. Evidence that the original Klein had attempted suicide shortly before Joe's arrival. As he tries to make sense of the situation, Joe reads Klein's diary and learns that Klein and his two college friends, Welch McGovern and Naya, had recently been studying an ancient book linked to the Antigonus family. The diary details their efforts to decipher the book, but the entry for June 27th is missing. On the latest page, there's a bloody handprint and a chilling message: "Everyone will die, including me." Meanwhile, the Tingan Nighthawks investigate the deaths of Welch and Naya in Welch's apartment. Both were found to have committed suicide under suspicious circumstances, possibly linked to dark rituals. And Klein becomes a person of interest in the investigation, as he was reportedly the last person to see the victims alive. After Joe somewhat comes to terms with the situation, it's already morning. Klein's sister, Melissa Moretti, wakes up. Joe quickly cleans up the scene to avoid alarming her. Melissa heads to the public bathroom, while Joe reflects on the luck enhancement ritual he performed the previous night, suspecting it may be the reason for his transmigration. When Melissa returns, she prepares breakfast before heading off to school, and Joe resolves to repeat the ritual in hopes of finding answers, or a way back home. Later, Joe, now Klein, goes out to buy bread and realizes someone is following him. Feeling anxious, he quickens his pace. On his way, he sees people playing Fight the Landlord, a card game invented over a century ago by Rosel Gustav, the former emperor of the Intus. This makes Klein wonder if he might be a transmigration senior. He arrives at the city square, where a circus is performing, and decides to slip into a nearby tent to evade his pursuer. The tent turns out to be a tarot divination booth. The diviner offers Klein a free reading. After confirming it's free, Klein agrees and asks for a reading of his past, present, and future. The first card drawn, representing the present, is the Fool. Before the reading continues, the real diviner returns and throws out the man who was pretending to do the reading, an animal trainer in disguise. Looking outside, Klein sees the tracker still waiting, so he quietly slips out the back of the tent and returns to his apartment. Klein repeats the luck enhancement ritual, and this time, he is transported to a mysterious space shrouded in gray fog. There, he unknowingly summons Audrey Hall and Alger Wilson, who mistake him for a powerful higher being. Playing along, Klein adopts the demeanor of a deity, improvising rituals and explanations while trying to understand the nature of this strange realm. Klein introduces himself with the title The Fool, inspired by the tarot card he previously received. The two strangers, intrigued and respectful, discuss matters related to Beyonders and ask Klein to be their witness and host regular gatherings within this space. Klein agrees and sets the meeting time for every Monday at 3 o'clock. The two refer to themselves using the code names Justice and the Hanged Man. Meanwhile, in the real world, two inspectors arrive at Klein's apartment. One of them is the man who had been following Klein earlier. He introduces himself as Leonard Mitchell, claiming he was offering protection rather than stalking him. The other is Dunn Smith, who informs Klein about the deaths of Welch and Naya, as well as the disappearance of the Antigonus family's notebook. They question Klein about what he knows. During the investigation, Leonard finds Klein's diary and the disturbing message, "Everyone will die, including me." When asked about it, Klein claims to have lost part of his memory. Dunn then arranges for Klein to undergo verification by an expert. Fearing that his identity as Joe Mingrui might be discovered, Klein panics and attempts to flee. The escape turns out to be futile. Dunn, a Sequence 7 nightmare, had placed Klein into a dreamscape the entire time. Klein had never actually left the room. An expert, Daly Simone, performs a psychic ritual to examine his memories. She confirms that Klein truly has no recollection of the incident and appears to be a victim rather than a suspect. To protect him from further scrutiny or danger, Dunn offers Klein the opportunity to join the Nighthawks.